Front Row MMA, apparently sloppy seconds to Jay Furnace. Here we are with Doncaster's very own UFC competitor, Danny Mitchell. You know, how pleased must you be?
Obviously very pleased. This is what every fighter wants, that call. So yeah, I'm really happy.
I got to ask, because you know you didn't. There was no hints. You kept things. How long a process has this been, and how was the contract finally signed? Like what leads up to it?
Yeah, it was pretty fast, really. I mean, by the time I'd been told about it, a few American websites were already sort of hinting at it, and people were messaging me and stuff. But I just kept quiet about it until the contracts were all sent in and everything was final. So yeah, I had to sort of hold on to it a little bit.
How long did that process take? Are we talking months or just weeks, really?
We're talking days. Yeah, we're talking days. It was pretty fast, and it came at a point in time when I had a lot of stuff on my plate as well. So it's been crazy. I've still got a headache now. It's crazy.
That's probably because you've been listening to him. Yeah. Look, the UFC, it's London, it's March. I'm going to kill your opponent's name, Igor Rojo. I think, you know, how are you gonna do anything different to prepare for this, or are you gonna stick, if it's not broken, don't fix it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm just I've got a lot more motivation coming into this fight. So the last fight I took in Sweden was a short notice fight. So definitely I've got the date, and I can fully prepare for it. So I've got no excuses when it comes to the date. It's literally get in there and perform.
You know, I think it's fair to say, being, you know, still relatively new to UK MMA, and you know, we've watched you, and you fight everywhere. You haven't been tied down to a promotion with a long contract. Do you think that international experience you have, and the fact that you will take a fight on short notice against a dangerous opponent, do you think that all played into your favor?
I think so. Yeah, it's just a case of being in the right place at the right time, and yeah, definitely. I love that. At the end of the day, that's what fighters should do. It should be fight anytime, anywhere, any person, and it's just through that. That's not always the right path that people should go. I know that there is probably an easier, more sort of logical path, but I'm not a logical guy. I like doing stupid stuff, and I just like challenges, and it's just the next challenge, and I'm glad it's happened.
Do you think you've earned this? I mean, it seems like a silly question, but you know, you've done a lot. You've got experience, and you've been around the world. Was this due? Was it time?
Definitely, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I've had 19 professional fights now, and I feel like I've paid my dues. I fought all over the UK. I think you can get stuck in the UK, because I remember back when I was like 8-0, I'd beaten guys in the top 10. Then the top 10 obviously changes as things move on, and then they're still asking me to fight these top 10 guys when I want to break away from that. That's why I took all these international fights. Otherwise, you sort of get stuck in this rut, and that's why I did it. I travel the world. Not everybody's going to make the UFC, so you might as well go and fight some fuckers in different countries, see the world, and get that experience, because you don't want to just be on your deathbed and be like, oh yeah, I just fought in UK and I never went anywhere, I never saw anything, and I never got to the UFC. So it's about getting out there and seeing the wide world. And
you know, the UFC, they've got the Cheesecake Assassin. I think we spoke about this earlier, but I'm sure, I've looked, she is the Cheesecake Assassin as well. Sarah Morass, we ever going to see you two head-to-head off in in the cage in front of a cheesecake?
In a cheesecake off? Maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm the original, so that's how it goes.
Did you hear that, Sarah? Did you hear that? I think he's calling. No, it's how, you know, what have your friends and family been saying to you, or have you been finding it hard to keep your feet on the ground? How are you going to find it easy to keep your feet on the ground for this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone's been buzzing about it. Everyone's coming up to me like, "Oh, this is crazy." This hasn't sunk in for me yet. I'm still just walking around. It's just normal. People are coming up shaking my hand, but it's kind of like everything's just the same right now. So I'm just gonna keep going as normal. But I've got some massive support. Facebook's just blown up. It's been crazy. The amount of people who are going to come to London, I think even the UFC are going to be impressed with that.
Look, we really appreciate you spending some time with us at this event. We know you've got teammates and stuff you want to go and see. But behind Danny Mitchell, there's a bunch of people, I imagine, that help get you there. Is there any sponsors or anybody you'd like to say thank you to or give a shout out?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of people who've been in this journey. Too many to mention, really. But all my coaches who've been helping me through the years, I've trained with that many different coaches, and they've all fed different parts of my game and brought me on. All my friends and family who've supported me all the time. There's lots of guys who've been at every fight, and I really appreciate that they've still believed in me and all the way to this point, because a lot of people probably didn't believe I'd get to this point.
Did you?
That's a strange question. I kind of didn't. That was the dream, and I believed I was good enough to do it, but I never really thought about what I'd actually do. yeah. So.
But we really appreciate your time. You know, March can't come quickly enough. We know how hard you've worked for UK MMA, and it's going to be a pleasure to watch you go and work for Danny Mitchell. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Appreciate your
Cheers.
time.